Hey guys, it's Holly again. This is going to be my top 10 recovery tips. These are actual things that I did to start my recovery and some of the things I'm still doing now to maintain my recovery for almost 2 years. Go ahead and like this video, and while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate the support so much. Now let's get into it. Number 1 tip is throw your scale away. Okay, you don't need it. I haven't been on a scale in 2 years. I have no idea what I weigh, and that is so relieving to me to not always think about that stupid number like I used to. It's irrelevant. I used to weigh myself every day, even multiple times throughout the day, especially when I was dieting. Now I realize that our weight literally fluctuates 5 to 6 pounds every day, depending on if it's your time of the month or what you have going on. Your weight changes all the time, so do not give that number any power. Just throw your scale away. You don't need it. Destroy it, donate it, whatever. Get rid of it. I have seen my goal weight on that scale before, and even then I hated myself. Your confidence and your happiness will never come from a stupid number, okay? Okay. Number 2, I want you to wear baggy clothes. I didn't like to wear anything that was tight on my body or that showed my body. I wore a lot of sweatpants, sweatshirts, oversized shirts, bigger size shorts, anything that wasn't touching my body, that's what I wore. It just makes you feel a little bit better because, when you eat, you get a little bloated. With baggy clothes, you can't really tell that bloat as much as you would if you were wearing tight clothes. And during the beginning of your recovery, you will bloat, most likely a lot, but that's just because your body's getting used to being fed the way that it is supposed to be fed, and it doesn't really know what to do with that food yet. So it kind of holds on to it for a little bit, but that'll change after a little while. You just don't want clothes that are uncomfortable or tight, because you're kind of just welcoming this new you and this new body, and tight clothes just don't work when you're trying to do that. Number 3 is avoid mirrors and body checking, okay? I know it's hard because 99% of the time when I pass by a mirror, I'm checking myself out, and I know you probably do too, but when you are starting your recovery, it's kind of triggering when you look at your body, and especially if you're standing there analyzing it. The longer that you look at yourself in the mirror, the more things that you will find that is wrong with you. When your body is changing, mirrors are probably not the best thing for you. Get rid of them, put them in a different room, cover them up, whatever you can do. Just avoid mirrors and avoid taking pictures of your body and body checking, basically. Number 4 is do not look at nutrition labels. Okay, I know this is hard because your eating disorder brain, that's the first thing that you want to look at whenever you're going to shop at the grocery store, or when you're at a restaurant looking at the menu, your eyes just go right to it. I have 3 ways to do this. Number 1 is you are going to scribble out the nutrition label on the snack or whatever it is that you're eating. I just kind of glance at it and get the general area, and I hold it backwards. I get a Sharpie and I just scribble, and just hope to God that I scribbled it out. The second way, and this is easier, is to empty the food into a different container. So I would get Cheetos or Cheez-Its or whatever the snack was that I was eating, and I would put it in a different container, like a jar, or even you could put it in just a plastic Ziploc bag and just throw away the box that has a nutrition label on it. The third way to do this is to just get somebody to do it for you. This is a little difficult at a restaurant. If you truly trust the person that you're with at this restaurant, just get them to read the menu to you, or say that they have something like this or they have this, and they can just tell you and order for you. That way you don't even have to look at the menu. But what I do is, and it might take you a little while in recovery to be able to do this, but when I'm looking at a menu and I notice that the calories are on there, I will find the general area of where I think the calories are, and I will just cover it with my finger and read the description of what the food is, and then move on to the next one. Or I'll just glance and try not to look at the part where the calories are. And it is kind of hard, and sometimes I see it, but I'm at the point where calories don't matter, so you're probably better off just getting someone to pick something for you, or tell them what you kind of want and they can tell you the choices. Number 5 is to get rid of your old clothes. Okay, if you were in recovery from an eating disorder, you're most likely not going to be able to fit those clothes anymore. And that is a hard thing to accept, but just get rid of them. I donated a bunch of my clothes to Goodwill. I gave some of my clothes away. It's just triggering to see those clothes sitting in your closet and knowing that you will not fit in those clothes again. Number 6 is do not be afraid of sizing up in your clothes, okay? We were made to fit into clothes, not clothes being able to fit onto us, okay? Sizes do not matter. Please don't be afraid to size up. You're not able to fit the same size pants in middle school that you wore in elementary school. So why on God's green earth do we think that we can still fit in our jeans from high school? Okay, our bodies change. We are adults now. Size up, honey, okay? Size does not define your worth. Something that might help you is whenever you get the clothing item, just rip the tag off. That way you don't have to see what size it is. If that number is triggering to you, get rid of it. Get somebody else to cut it off for you or let them handle it. Number 7 is unfollow people that make you feel unworthy. So that is something that I definitely had to do. I went through my Instagram, all my social media, and unfollowed all of these celebrities and people that have these unrealistic beauty standards, I guess you could say. All of the Instagram models that had the perfect bodies and all of the influencers that promoted unhealthy eating behaviors or unhealthy exercise behaviors. I just unfollowed them all because that was something that would trigger me. Some of them I do follow now because I realize that no matter what I do, I will never have the body that somebody else has. And that's okay. That's what makes us all different and all unique. And we are all worthy and all beautiful, no matter what our body looks like. Number 8 is challenge your fear foods. Now, this is something that might take you a while to do. It is an important step of eating disorder recovery. Your eating disorder might tell you otherwise, but you will not gain 10 pounds by eating a piece of cake or a piece of pizza or ice cream or whatever it is that your fear food is. It is not that scary, okay? Once you start introducing some of your fear foods, each time that you do a new one, it gets a little bit easier. I did like one fear food a week, and like I said, each time it was a bit easier. And now I don't have any fear foods. I've eaten all of my fear foods. I have 100% food freedom. No foods are bad in my opinion. Number 9 is to have someone to talk to. And I know a lot of people don't have this. And I never had a therapist. I never went to a treatment center. I didn't have really anybody that could relate to what I was going through. But I did talk to my boyfriend at the time. He's now my fiance. I would talk to him all the time, and he challenged my fear foods. He would bring home donuts. He would go get ice cream with me. He was always very supportive during my recovery. He never had a bad relationship with food, so he had no idea what I was really going through, but he always took the time and the effort to try to understand what I meant when I said that I was afraid of this food, and he always helped me challenge that fear. Number 10 is to delete or get rid of all of the triggering photos of you when you were at your worst in your eating disorder. You don't necessarily have to delete them. I didn't, because I knew that one day I would want to look back and see how much progress that I made, but it's definitely a good idea to like keep those photos maybe in your My Eyes Only on Snapchat or somewhere that you won't see them accidentally. It can just be very triggering to see what your old body used to look like, because until you are fully recovered, you kind of have days where you wish that you could go back to the way that you used to look like. Seeing those photos could trigger that thought. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching. Once again, if you haven't liked this video, scroll down and hit the like button. It takes 1 second. Go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. I appreciate the support so much. I hope these tips help you guys out. I love you. I'm rooting for you. If I can do it, you can do it. See you on my next video.